Hey there, it's Anna. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things, and that is starting dahlias from seed. Starting dahlias from seed is so easy, it's so fun, I highly recommend, and I think it's just a great way to get into dahlias. So if you're a little intimidated by doing all the tubers or you don't want to mess with it, I personally am a little intimidated by dahlia tubers and I haven't really jumped into that yet. Or if you don't want to buy them at the garden center because they also can be expensive, starting them from seeds is so easy and so fun. Now, you're not going to get those huge dinner plate dahlias. You do have to buy tubers for those, but the dahlias that you can grow from seed are still absolutely gorgeous. I was just blown away last year by some of the dahlias that I started from seed. They were so stunning, they were so pretty, and they were so easy to grow. So I grew the Figaro mixed dahlia last year and loved it. It kind of has a few different varieties of colors, some yellows, some more kind of oranges, and then some whites. And it was just stunning and so fun. I would say the flowers were about maybe 4 inches across, so not exactly those huge dinner plates, but still really, really beautiful. This year I'm starting 4 different varieties. I've got the Figaro mix. I'm gonna do a couple of those again just because I loved it so much. I'm also going to do a decorative double, which is a really, really big, beautiful dahlia. So the Figaro mix stays a bit shorter. It's about 2 feet tall. This decorative double gets to be about 5 feet tall. So this one is probably going to go over to the garden plot and I'm going to use it for cutting. Then I'm going to do some cactus flowered mix. How stunning is that? This is about a 3-foot plant, so I think I can fit some in some containers here at the home garden, and I think that will be absolutely gorgeous. I want to do some really beautiful flowers in containers that I've started from seed, and I think this will be stunning. And then the last one are some dahlias that I saved from a dahlia plant that I got at the garden center, and I just want to see if I can get these going. Now, when you save seeds, because I had several types of dahlias, I did purchase a couple from the garden center last year. They may have mixed. Who knows what these seeds will actually look like when they grow and when they flower, but that's just part of the experiment. And it was super easy to save dahlia seeds too. I just basically took a dead seed head that had dried out and put it in a plastic bag. So here they are, all 4. I'm going to start them just in these little plug trays. This is just potting mix. I do have a couple other seedlings going. I've got some petunias and a little yarrow. These are, I think, some hyssop, and then I actually have some gomphrena that is been sown already, and I'm going to put some dahlias over here. I don't need a ton of these dahlias because I don't have a lot of space, to be honest. They're not huge plants, but you definitely want to make sure that you give them room. Mine do get a little bit of spider mite pressure throughout the year, so I want to be able to have space for airflow and to treat them and just to make sure, yeah, there's generally space for them, which is always hard for me. But I'm going to get started right away with planting. I'm also going to make sure that I write out some labels for these, just because, especially since I'm growing a few of them, all the seedlings are going to pretty much look the same. The ones that I saved from seed might have a like a dark kind of purple foliage because of just like the mix of varieties that I gotten from the garden center. So we'll see if those seedlings end up having that color, which would be really pretty. But yeah, you know, not always want to label. It just makes things simpler. So here are what the dahlia seeds look like. They kind of remind me of zinnia seeds, and I have heard that dahlias are in the same, the dahlias are in the same family as zinnias, which would make sense because I absolutely love zinnias. Let me get you closer so you can see what I'm doing. And I just lay them flat because I don't know which way you're supposed to point them if you would poke them down. So when in doubt, just put a a seed on its side. And that's what I'm gonna do with these. And I'm doing 2 seeds in each cell, and I will go ahead and thin those once they get a little bit bigger. I should also mention that it is about 8 weeks out from my last frost. So my last frost is mid-April and we're mid-February right now. And that's a great time to plant these dahlias because they do grow really quickly. Even with that time period, I may have to come in and pot up some of these because they're just such a nice, fast-growing little seedling that they will get big pretty quickly, and you do want to pot them up because you don't want to stunt them. And if you keep them in their little cells for too long, they will get kind of unhappy. So definitely, keep an eye on them, pot them up when you need to. They are frost tender, so keep them somewhere warm under a grow light or in a really bright window, and they'll be super happy. But after I seed all these, I'm just going to water them all in. I mist them until the seedlings come up, and then I will water from the bottom. And that is it. So easy. Don't be scared off. You can have beautiful dahlias and you can grow them from seed. It's absolutely lovely. I'll put a couple recommendations of some of my favorite seed shops in the description if you want to go see what dahlias they have available. But please let me know if you start some dahlias or what types you're starting. Are you starting from seed or tubers? I'd love to know in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.